Hey gang, Chris Harden here. I'm excited to share with you a fun little thing I did over the weekend. I kind of geeked out after hearing about the Udio demo and listening to to the guys on This Day in AI, and thought I'd do my own AI rap battle. So today I'm going to show you a couple of videos from a workflow that uses MetaAI and Chat GPT to generate raps, and then they're going to turn into videos like these. So let me show you the end product. This is one of two raps. This is from Meta, and it's about my son playing baseball.
Step it up to the plate, My son's got a dream and it's clear to see. He's swinging for the fences just like a pro, you'll see. He's got his game face on and his glove is tight. He's ready to play ball day and night. My son's got a dream and it's clear to see. He's swinging for the fences just like a pro, you'll see. He got his game face on and his glove is tight. He's ready to play ball day and night.
Okay, so that's the first one, and it's more than just Meta. There's a couple of steps in the workflow. But let me show you the second one as well, which is a girl rapping about my daughter playing gymnastics or doing gymnastics. This is all AI, nothing on me.
Grace and boundless energy, my daughter shines bright, setting herself free. With a leap and a bound, she takes to the floor. Gymnastics, her canvas, her movements, the law. My daughter's in gymnastics, soaring high, twisting and turning, reaching for the sky. With every flip and every twist, she defies gravity. She's a gymnastics queen, a sight to see.
Alright, cool. So those are samples. They could be longer, but those are the essential two samples. And so what I'm doing here is I'm actually competing with a full workflow, and I'm going to show you that workflow today. I'm interested in very much how far you can go without using anything yourself other than AI workflows. And so this right here is a diagram of what I'm going to go across today, and I'll show you how each piece actually played in. And then I have the video, I have each of the websites open. So ChatGPT, I gave it a prompt. I'll show you the prompt for making a rap about my daughter doing gymnastics. So I'm here in gray, I'm the prompter. So I sent that prompt to ChatGPT. Then I fed that to Udio to make the audio. Then I generated the image of the rapper that you saw and combined them in a product called Studio DID. And I'm currently doing the screen recording. I did the same workflow with Meta for a male rapper, and he's singing about my son playing baseball. And that was called Championship Swing. So the only difference in this workflow is Meta wrote it, and then I also did the cover image using AI, and I'll talk about that as well. It uses Midjourney for the cover art, and I did have to break down and do some Illustrator work here. I think that's an interesting detail in the workflow. And so let me jump over to the web browser and show you guys those prompts real quick. Actually, it's right in here. So the prompt I gave Meta and to ChatGPT was, as a rap artist, write a song about my son playing baseball and write a song about my daughter learning gymnastics. And so Meta gave me two, gave me one for the baseball song and one for the gymnastics song. And then, or ChatGPT did that. Meta did the same thing, same prompt. And one neat little difference is that Meta actually gave me a title for each of them as well. So I got both of those. I just picked one of the two, one from Meta and one from OpenAI. They both did fine doing a rap, which I was really impressed with. And then I put those into Udio. Now initially when I did Udio, which is just the audio track, for those of you who aren't too clear, what it'll do is it'll generate two sets of songs in two different styles, and then you pick one and you can extend it if you want to. So I did a bunch of iterations on this. A lot of this workflow you'll find if you're dealing with Gen AI is try something, try again, change the prompt, try again. And so here I've got Diamond Dreams, Diamond Dreams. Initially, it didn't really take the title that was in the lyrics, which was fine. And it might have been that I wasn't prompting it well, but I'll show you what one of these looks like. Here's Gymnast on the Rise. I hearted that one. Let me just kind of look at the experience when you go into the actual track itself. You can go to View Track. And it'll let you look at the content. It's not really good about letting you see the full prompt again unless you go to Remix. So that's an unfortunate part. But it'll let you put in the lyrics as well. It'll generate its own lyrics for you, but I really wanted to see what the lyrics from ChatGPT and Meta looked like, because then you could tweak it a little more, etc. So, but that's that experience. And I eventually wound myself down to two choices. The one that's this female rap here, and then the one that was the male rapper for a championship swing. So I named it Meta, and you can just kind of see, that's the music you heard in the video from earlier. And then the one for the females here, like that. And you can extend it again if you wanted to make a full song. You could. I have not made a full song. I just did the 33-second clips that they gave me. You're able to download those. There's no watermark. They give you a free amount of credits to work with, so that was super cool. So that was this piece. I was able to generate both with Meta and Chat, copy and paste those into Udio to make the soundtrack. And then with Midjourney, I did a lot of iterations on the rappers. So here's some early concepts. The very first shot, I had this, my prompt was simple. It was male rap artist, but you see it didn't really have the look that I needed because I wanted to animate it with a diffusion model. And so instead I said looking right at the camera. And then I like this one up here on the right. I did a couple of more iterations before I finally chose that one. I did a second rapper as well. You can see in my little scratch directory, I chose a second rapper, but I was like, wait a minute, I would love to have a female artist. So I did go back and experiment. I added the female artist name into a request into Udio, and it did generate a female artist. And then I was able to go into Midjourney here and generate some female rappers. And I picked this one here on the bottom left. One thing about Udio that was interesting is that sometimes it would generate a song and it sounded like the rapper was nailing it, but when you really listened, the words were not coherent. So that was kind of strange. And when I did the female request, it actually gave me a male rapper and then a female rapper. So it's not perfect, but like a lot of this stuff, you get 80% there and you can iterate and cycle on it. And it's not like you're in full control with any of these really, whether it's the text, whether it's the image or the audio. You have to be willing to accept some of the stuff that the model can do for you because, it does have limits in what it can accomplish. But as it is, I did get a female rapper. I liked her. So I moved forward and I generated the image for her in Discord here, which is the interface for Midjourney. So once I had those two, so back over here, I had the images done, the audio track done. The next was see if I could actually put them together in some sort of AI video generator. And I looked around. There's, Microsoft has one, supposed to be awesome, real time even, but I couldn't, it's not available. So then I came across one called GUI, and you can see on the right here, this is what GUI made. I uploaded the image, uploaded the song. It did move the lips, but that was kind of all it did. And this is also like a free version here. I'm not sure exactly what all GUI offers, but this is sort of where it landed. But then I discovered Studio DID. So DID here, very impressive. These guys have a bunch of agents, and you can upload either text or audio track. And this is for a professional, like marketing content kind of video that you'd make. But it allowed me to upload my agent pictures and my audio track, which I'll show you, and it spat out these two videos. So let me go over to act as if I'm going to do a new video. I'll show you what that looks like. And they also give a bunch of credits that you can use, which is super cool. And so down here on the bottom, you can see there's a bunch of different agents that can be used. I uploaded my rappers, and on the right-hand side, I chose audio, and I uploaded my MP3 that came from Udio. And I pushed the generate video button, and it made the videos that we saw just a moment ago here. And then you can play it. You can also download it. It does have the watermark, the DID watermark on it. So, they're trying to build a business, and you pay to get the watermark removed, which is fine. But this is the experience. It's a good user experience, good tool set. And so here, you'll see here, this is the one that I did that had the male voice uploaded on accident. I was doing this while outside at while my boy was playing baseball and doing practice, and I couldn't tell what the audio was because I didn't have speakers loud enough, etc. So that one was a little wonky. I had to go back and put the female audio track in there. But there is something to be said, by the way, for the tooling around these models. So everyone kind of knows the experience with text GPTs like these. The tooling is pretty friendly. You just come in and punch it in. I haven't done a lot of work with APIs yet. The tooling experience here with the model is really good for Udio. It's easy to go in, prompt it, iterate on it, etc. That's super nice. And then also DID's experience was really nice too, as I just showed you. So anyway, I got the 2 videos. I could download those. And so I had all the stuff I needed to play what I did at the beginning of the video. And then I said, okay, I really want to have a nifty little cover to put on the video so that when I put it on social media, it attracts attention. And I want to see how far I could go with that. So I went to Midjourney, and this is what I began with. My prompt was a graffiti-style logo, white background with Meta versus ChatGPT rap battle in text. And I wanted a 16:9 aspect ratios because that's a good thing for YouTube. And it was, pretty amazing at what it came up with. Really had struggles with text itself. The look and feel, of course, is gorgeous. I also realized along the way that I apparently don't know how to spell graffiti. So you'll see that. But let me go back up to the top. So I went through a bunch of different iterations, and I sort of zoned in on 2 pieces of good info. What did I want for the image? I love that it chose to do this 2 characters facing off. And so that made me change my prompt. I wanted to keep that. And then I kept fighting to get the text in good places. And what I found is that Chat GPT is wonderful. In fact, I'll show you some really cool stuff in just a minute that it did with text. But it has a hard time keeping the spelling consistent and letting you control where the text lands. So finally what I decided to do was I took the master image that I wanted, and I resolved to use Photoshop to actually get the styles of text and put those in. What I'd really do if I was doing something for a professional situation is I would let it do the imagery, and then I would just do the text in Photoshop myself. Maybe I'll look for a different solution at some point, but basically Midjourney just couldn't do the text the way I needed it to do. So I chose one that had white space around it that I could manipulate the text without damaging the sides. Although there's some really gorgeous ones here, like I love this one on the bottom left. But the text was all in the faces, and I was looking for something quick. So then once I did that, I went back. I wanted to be sure I had 2, this was both girls, so I had to go in and change it a little bit to say girl on left, boy on right. That didn't work out as well. Finally, I decided, okay, if I have to, I'll do 2 boys and I'll just chop it in Photoshop. But then I got lucky, and it created the one that I ended up using, which is down here somewhere, this one here. And there's enough white space for me to work with the text. And so what I did was I took that, and then I generated a couple more with just the text, trying to get it right. And I thought that was pretty cool, but I was like, well, maybe I should maybe look at using the photos of the people. Try to get as close as I could with that. And this is some imagery I did here where I fed it the 2 images, which I was really impressed it took 2 images and actually worked with both of them the way I was asking. That was pretty mind-blowing. So it took those pretty well. And then it just had different iterations. And what I found charming was that if you look up in her hat, MetaGPT, ChatGPT, it's actually trying to put it on the products. I couldn't get it to lay text out in the front. Maybe I just don't know how to prompt it right. But it was really slick. Rap battle is across her cheek right here. But it was not really super coherent. And so what I decided to finally do is just back off and use the text. I finally resolved to actually get the word battle in here correct. And then with that, I went into Illustrator. And these are all little cuts and pastes of the text itself using that master image. So these are just basically piecemeals of the other images that I placed together. Not an efficient workflow. If you're a graphic designer, you would just do the text yourself. If you are not a graphic designer and you don't have a bunch of fonts, then you could use this approach. I was just trying to see how far I could take it without doing, significant graphic design myself. So this, what you're seeing here, is amalgamation of all Midjourney images, just unfortunately cut and paste a little bit to build the actual text. And there might be, maybe Stable Diffusion, or there's another tool out there that's better at doing text, but Midjourney has a little bit of work to get there. Okay, so that's all the pieces here. I'll tell you, it was a lot faster for me to create the audio tracks and merge them into video than it was to do the text and get that working right on the cover image. But I'll take us out by playing our raps one more time, and then we'll be done. Thanks for your attention.
In a world of grace and boundless energy, my daughter shines bright, setting herself free. With a leap and a bound, she takes to the floor. Gymnastics, her canvas, her movements, the law. My daughter's in gymnastics, soaring high, twisting and turning, reaching for the sky. With every flip and every twist, she defies gravity. She's a gymnastics queen, a sight to see.
It's pretty good. The head motion's really great. The eyes blink, the mouth's lip synced, you know. That's all pretty impressive stuff. It'd be nice to have some more body language than what we got, but you know, compared to the previous with the GUI AI, it's still pretty quite impressive. So let me find the male rapper one more time here, and we'll let him play. And you can see, again, that his shoulders don't move and that kind of stuff. But his head moves, he blinks, and it even moves the hoodie a little bit. And even here, you hear the same move twice. So Udio
he's ready to play ball
repeats itself.
day and night. My son's got a dream and
That didn't happen in the original text.
just like a pro, you'll see. He got his game face on and his glove is tight. He's ready to play ball day and night.
But not bad, considering it took me probably around 30 minutes of consistent work to get all those pieced together. All right, thanks for your time.